So my next guest was fed up with the affordability crisis as well. He quit his Fortune 500 company and he launched ResiClub. Joining me now, the co-founder and editor-in-chief, Lance Lambert. Lance, first, let's just start about your mission. What is the mission of ResiClub?
Yeah, my mission is to track the U.S. housing sector and really be folks' gateway to the U.S. housing market. And we're such at a critical period for the U.S. housing market with affordability getting so strained that I really just want to shed a light on what's going on.
So to that point, it not only is it getting strained, but I think it's fast becoming a political hot potato. We heard President Biden kind of wagging his finger at these greedy agents just the other day. Obviously, other kinds of moves are happening nationally. And I read a note where you say these kind of things are mostly scapegoating.
So taking into account mortgage rates, incomes, and house prices, affordability right now is strained at the worst levels in about 4 decades. And so when you have that and a lot of home buyers can't get in and a lot of homeowners can't sell and buy something else because they can't afford those new monthly payments, what you see is a lot of political scapegoating. And so they're going after, in some municipalities, short-term rentals, Airbnbs, talking about the institutional side of the market. And then also scapegoating real estate agents. NAR is going after, or DOJ is going after NAR. And, they act like lowering commissions would improve housing affordability, going after soccer moms making $60,000 a year, because that's the only job that works around their kids' schedule, going after them. But at the end of the day, if you look out at a lot of the countries that have lower commissions, they don't have better housing affordability. These European countries actually have worse housing affordability. And so it's a lot of scapegoating. And really the only thing that's going to improve housing affordability is more supply. It's things that are boring, more ADUs, upzoning, tax policy that works for new construction, not against new construction, lower fees on home building. All the boring stuff that would long-term increase supply, that's what would improve housing affordability.
So I'm looking at the new home sales yesterday. I think up to 100,000, there were 0 or less than 1,000. To 199,000, there were 0. And even up to 300,000, there weren't that many. Almost all of the new homes are being built north of that. You talked about zoning and other things. Who actually gets the ball moving on these boring things that you've described that could actually start to make it, or is it even worth it for a home builder to be in that part of the market?
Yeah, so right now resale supply is fairly tight, and then builders also have elevated margins. Yeah, they were really high and at record levels during the pandemic. They've come off of those though and are still in a good place to build single-family homes with their affordability adjustments they've done. A little bit of that's outright price cuts, some of that's smaller homes, and a lot of it is mortgage rate buy downs. And so right now this macro environment is set up well for single-family home builders, and we are seeing, above average levels of home building, still above pre-pandemic levels, although we have rolled off a bit off of those pandemic highs.
Yeah. Hey, so before I let you go, Lance, the American dream, is it still available, this home ownership for everybody?
Residential real estate, it's the largest asset class in the country. It's bigger than bonds, bigger than stocks, and long-term prices tend to drift up, although you can see some of those short-term corrections. And I think homeowners with those fixed debt mortgages, if they can get it and afford it, long-term it pays off.
All right. Great stuff. Great work. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks, Lance.